Hi, I'm Hanifa and I study the International Baccalaureate at Richmond upon Thames College. The subjects that I study are English, chemistry and psychology at high level, history standard, math studies and Spanish ab initio. The videos that I'm going to upload are just my evidence and reflection on my CAS activities that I've participated in since September 2011. Okay, so CAS aspect 1 as it creativity. I been writing poems. I've been writing poems from such a young age. I've always enjoyed poetry at school. It's my favourite subject within English. When I started secondary school, my year 7 English teacher, Miss Shoyinka, who is a published poet, she inspired me to write poems. I love doing this task because it's so easy. Like the images just flow through my mind onto the paper, and I don't think it's a special gift or speciality, but it is a strong skill that I have, and it's helped me through the years at school and at college. I do not vent my own feelings into the poems. I usually just think about how other people might feel in a certain circumstance or in situation, and then I just write about my interpretation of it. In the poems that I'm going to read out, some of them do have my own feelings in because of certain events that have happened to me in these 2 years at IB. Writing poetry has allowed me to have insight to other people's feelings and how they how they might be affected by certain circumstances. Hopefully in a couple of years the works that I've written will or could be published if they're good enough, and I'd love to share my work with other people. I'm going to read out 6 or 7 poems from my collection, and I hope they're okay. The first poem that I'm going to read out is a poem that I wrote a little while ago called Hope. Why hope when it doesn't do anything for you? Why hope when it makes you want something so bad and it doesn't happen? Why hope when you know that your dreams will never come true? Why hope when you can just sit around and do nothing? Why hope when you know that you aren't helping anyone? You hope because you want the decision to be in your hands. You hope because you want to believe that everything is alright. You hope because it is giving a little push to help you achieve your dreams and goals. You hope because you want to protect and love the dearest ones around you. Without hope, there is no human magic that tries to protect and help us through our lives. Hope is here to save us. Okay, number 1. The next poem is called One Night. Prick, prick. Crack, crack. Something is crawling on my skin. I feel it, beneath, deep. What is this? What is this? Shiver. I hate that. Move along, move. Why not? Stuck. Still. I envy you. Gone now. Betrayed by your thoughts. Crying to sleep is the easy part. Getting away with it will be the task. That poem, it's really about someone with a broken heart who ends up murdering their loved one. And, they're upset that the person dies and the person betrayed them, but they're also upset because they could go to prison, basically. Here, the second one's called Fairy Tale. Rapunzel, let down your long hair. Sleeping Beauty, carry on dozing. Cinderella, I found your shoe. Lives that have been lived before differ to mine. Life has changed. It'll be gone in a different way. Love seems to be the way forward and the way backward. Love conquers all. When and at which lifetime will love be defeated? Dark stories return to my mind. I have to question my existence. I don't really know what that one's about. These words just came to my head. I think it's basically about the person feels that they will never be loved and that everybody else has a fairy tale ending but them, and they want to question their existence. How comes they haven't got the fairy tale ending? How comes love always wins? Why can't they be like everybody else and have love? Sad. Okay, the next poem is called Mama. Mama, can you hear me? Do you hear the words of your daughter? I watch you every day. Beautiful. I watch you in your sleep. I watch you when you are awake. Don't be rude, Mama. Do not cuss or fight. Do not disturb the peace that surrounds you. I love you, Mama, more than life itself. You, Mama. You're the one who begun my life. Thank you, Mama. Be quiet, Mama, and listen to your daughter. That one I wrote when me and my mum wasn't getting along. We was arguing, and those words just came into my head. I don't even know what the argument was about, but I just, because that was like 2 years ago I wrote that, but it made me feel better after I wrote it anyways. Okay. This next poem is, I'll tell you afterwards. Okay, the next poem is called Cobra. The cobra is awake and moves in the shadows. Heartbeats can be heard from a distance. The beat brings the cobra closer, closer, closer. He's gone. The cobra watches from a distance and the people know he's still there. Shh, leave him be. Let him rest. Cobra, go home, my love. Go back to where you started. Cobra, goodbye. Your stay was quite short. You caused quite a stir. Never forgotten, Cobra. Mother Nature will never forget you, Cobra. Heaven calls you now. Go, go. Your mother calls you now. That poem I wrote for my uncle. Cobra was his name. That's what everyone called him, and he died, and I wrote that that's how I felt at the time. He died during IB. Not very convenient. Okay. But it could be about anything. If someone changed interpretation, it could always be right, but I wrote it for that reason. The next poem is called Londoner. I had to write a poem about being a Londoner. It's not about me, but you'll see. The Londoner awoke on a grey Monday. The Londoner looked out of his grey window to the grey sky. His grey eyes produced a grey tear. Pick up the tin, Londoner, and you will see colour. Pick up the powder, Londoner, and you will hear colour. The Londoner saw purple. The Londoner saw green. The Londoner saw yellow. The grey was non-existence, and the Londoner had a smile. That poem, I don't know if anyone could guess, but it's about a drug addict and alcoholic. Being in London, especially living in close to central London, I see a lot of tramps on the street, a lot of drug addicts, a lot of alcoholics on the street, and I can see that they're waiting to get their tin of beer, their powder that is cocaine or coke. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make it. That's another thing that I can see. I wanted to interpret their life in a different way. So I didn't want to make them look terrible. Use words that are negative, basically. Okay, the last poem I'm going to read out is called Define IB. For you, IB. Warm winter nights are special. A serene image appears. Blue, green, silver diamonds. Mountains, hills, rivers, banks. Beauty is within. Within the beauty is power. Elegance, divine, exquisiteness, pure charm, characteristics that you hold. Share your secrets, Earth. Tell me the tales of past ancestors. and future beings. Wonder takes hold of my mind. I'm in a pool of knowledge. It has taken control over me. I applaud your integrity. I admire your determination. I thank you for your assistance. Thank you, IB. That was, of course, about the wonderful International Baccalaureate. I changed it up. I didn't want to make it so, oh, IB is about this, IB is about that. I wanted to keep it in a poem form, the kind of poem form that I use. And I don't know, it seems okay. I used words, I don't know, it's more, it seems that the topic is about Earth, since I use a lot of earthly things and I say Earth, but for me, Earth is about, knowledge, knowing things, learning, and that's IB basically. So I just connected those two. Anyway, I hope that the poems that I wrote and read to you were good enough, were okay, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. That is my one creativity aspect. I did, I don't know, 6 hours on that one. It didn't take me very long, but it's the structure and how I would say it and the topics that take so long to do to make a poem. Okay,